From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. We still have 2 fires burning within the viewing area, so we'll go ahead and get right into it. Starting off with the Squaw Creek fire burning to the north of Lauderdale Junction. It is still just shy of 350 acres and it is still only 72% contained. Thankfully, no more evacuations in place with this one. And then for the Williams Mine fire, we finally got that jump up in containment we've been waiting for, but it was only by a measly 5%. It was 32% on Friday. Now it's up to 37% contained this morning, so we still have a long way to go. Look at these temperatures this morning. This is the bluest this map has been in quite some time, as we have temperatures in the 30s and 40s, 37 for the Tri-Cities, 40 for Sunnyside, 40 for Yakima. So you'll definitely need to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. We'll stay pretty dry for this week. We'll keep it pretty seasonal as well. Today is actually going to be the coolest day this week, and some breezes will pick up for Tuesday and Wednesday, but that is about it. So I'll touch more on the up and down nature of the temperatures for this week coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, law enforcement around the region stay busy this weekend with crashes on our roads and other arrests. This one in Kennewick, resulting in a lot more than just a DUI arrest. Details up next. Fire agencies also with a busy weekend as our hot, dry, and windy weather becomes fuel for fires. This one battled in Adams County. What do we know so far? Coffee and sports both can energize you, but this story is about NIL, how a WSU alumni is on a mission to make the most out of this and help athletes now and in the future.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Jessica will be back later this week. A Pasco man is facing charges after Kennewick police say he was found passed out in a stolen vehicle with drugs and a machete. 31-year-old Eduardo Munez has been arrested on possession of DUI, drug possession, obstruction, resisting arrest, and possession of a stolen vehicle. Authorities say they were called to a gas station on the 800 block of West Columbia Drive after Munoz was not responsive in a vehicle that was next to the gas pumps. Officers say Munoz tried to fight them when they tried to arrest him, but he was eventually taken into custody. Upon searching the car, officers say they found auto theft tools, drugs, and a machete hidden near the driver's seat. The vehicle came back as stolen out of Kennewick, officers say. The Yakima Police Department is investigating after 2 people were shot and killed over the weekend. Authorities say a 47-year-old woman and a 43-year-old man were shot in the area of Prospect Way and North 66th Avenue. The man died at the scene. The woman died a few hours later at a hospital in Seattle. Investigators say the shooting appears to be related to a domestic violence situation. The identities of those people involved have not yet been released. A Wenatchee man has been identified in a fatal motorcycle crash in Yakima County. The crash happened just after noon on Sunday. According to information from the Washington State Patrol, 30-year-old Seth Conyers was driving his motorcycle southbound on SR 821 at Pomona View, just outside of Selah. A car being driven by an 82-year-old Yakima woman turned onto Pomona View when Conyers hit that car. Conyers died at the scene. A 3-year-old in the car was also hurt and was taken to the hospital. The crash remains under investigation. Firefighters in Adams County battle a large fire at a property Sunday afternoon. Firefighters with Adams County Fire District 5 responded to a structure fire in the 2100 block of Cunningham Road. When they got to the scene, they could see vegetation and several pieces of property on fire. It took a couple of hours for the fire and hotspots to be put out. The cause of the fire is unknown at this time. The Adams County Fire Marshal has launched an investigation. The search for a missing man in Kittitas County is still active as of this morning. According to information from the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office, 88-year-old William Charlie Martin of Redmond has been missing since September 24th. His car was found abandoned on September 26th in the Collicum area northwest of Ellensburg. Search crews from several counties in central Washington continue to look for him. Authorities are asking for people who may be out hunting to check game cameras, photo feed, or cameras for any sign of Martin. We'll keep you updated. 3 juveniles who authorities say walked away from the Canyon View group home have been captured. The group home is located in East Wenatchee and is a transitional placement for juveniles after they have been incarcerated. It's a way to transition them back into the community. 17-year-old Charles Rivers, 16-year-old Jaden McIntosh, and 18-year-old Joseph Valenzuela walked away from the group home on Sunday afternoon. The East Wenatchee Police Department reported they were caught around 10:30 last night in the Spokane area. Mayhem continues in the city of Mabton after a fake robbery scheme, 2 recall petitions against the mayor, and the city operating illegally without a budget for all of 2024. But investigation by Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell finding the city's financial concerns go even deeper. The difficulty in getting the budget together for 2024 started because they never got one approved for 2023. The mayor finally bringing council a proposed budget at Tuesday's meeting, but with missing and inaccurate numbers, the meeting turning ugly.
You don't tell me you, Maria.
And I really just would like to talk to you about all of these things that are going on.
And it doesn't end there. We'll have that story tonight after the Seahawks-Lions game. In July of 2021, the NCAA announced the creation of the NIL, or what is known as the Name, Image, Likeness. It's a way for college athletes to make money on their likeness. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says one WSU alum is on a mission to make the most out of the NIL.
There is a need to raise funds so that we can pay athletes and acquire the top talent so we can keep competing at the highest level.
Brandon Martin is an alumni and an avid Washington State football fan and tells me with the landscape of collegiate athletics changing, he's partnering up with the Cougar Collective, a place to connect athletes with business owners to take advantage of the NILs.
As Cougs, we don't have a billionaire donor like Oregon does or whatnot that can just write a blank check. So it really is important for us to come together and use our creative genius and work together.
Martin did get creative. He, along with Indaba Coffee, created Old Crimson Coffee to raise money for the school.
We worked with the Old Crimson Booster Club to design these beautiful, awesome bags.
Former WSU and NFL football player and the founder of the Cougar Collective, Jedediah Collins, says Brendan contacted him about how to raise money for NIL.
I got this idea, and our team, Tim and Luke, ran with it, brought it to fruition, and through a great collaboration, we're getting to deliver it.
Martin tells me they already have orders in for it, but it's not about making money. It's about building upon the Go Cougs mentality.
What's great about Washington State University is we always do more with less.
Martin says they're getting in orders from Cougs around the nation. Find out where you can order yours at applevalleynewsnow.com. We'll continue to keep you updated. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, nearly 100 people have died and communities have been left in devastation. The aftermath of Hurricane Helene and the toll it has taken on the nation. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Coldworth will have your weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a moment.
It's Carl's Jr.'s new Ghost Burger. There's the soul-scorching sauce, ghost pepper cheese, bacon. It's a spicy charbroiled phenomenon. Watch me make this one vanish. The new Ghost, only at Carl's Jr. Big burger, get burger.
There's nothing better than the delightful, dozing, dreamy drowsiness that comes with the perfect mattress.
And at Denver Mattress, finding your perfect mattress has never been easier. During the 4-day super sale, right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit Queen, easy on the wallet for only $299.99. Plus 48 months no interest and free shipping. Score some sweet savings on some serious shut-eye. Only at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick up a copy in store today. Save on Hampton Farms shelled peanuts, hot priced at just $6.99. Find Blue Fire 1-pound camping propane canisters for just $3.99. Save up to $8 on Rain-X Longitude wiper blades. Plus save $5 on Savory Prime 2-pound bags of pet treats. Celebrating 20 years of employee ownership. Save now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
Irresistibly smooth milk chocolate from the Lindt Master Chocolatier. Lindor. Made to melt you. And now, discover a new non-dairy Lindor. Made with oat milk. Made to melt you.
DSAMA is this month's winner of Volunteers Count. My home is usually the home where all the animals come in to sort of do, our intakes.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
It's Carl's Jr.'s new Ghost Burger. There's the soul-scorching sauce, ghost pepper cheese, bacon. It's a spicy charbroiled phenomenon. Watch me make this one vanish. The new Ghost, only at Carl's Jr. Big burger!
Good burger. Tuesday night, with just weeks to go until Election Day, watch the vice presidential debate live on ABC. The night starts with the ABC News special, The Race for the White House, with David Muir and the ABC News political team. Tuesday night on ABC.
Our Seattle Seahawks battle Detroit. Monday Night Football tonight at 5 on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a chilly start out there for this morning as we're seeing temperatures in the 30s and 40s in Kittitas County, 38 for Ellensburg, near freezing in Cle Elum, 33. So you might have to break out the ice scraper there, and we're at 38 for Snoqualmie Pass. Then in the Yakima Valley, we're seeing temperatures that are in the low to mid 40s. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, mostly 40s. We do have some 30s on the map, though. 37 for the Tri-Cities, 39 for Boardman, and 39 for Connell. And then in the foothills of the Blues, also 30s and 40s, 38 for Pendleton, 39 for Heppner, but 20s and 30s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains in places like Meacham and Ukiah. Here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. It's mostly going to be light jacket weather for today, maybe a bit of a heavier jacket needed for this morning. But by the time we get to the peak of daytime heating in the sunshine with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, I'm thinking at that point it'll probably be t-shirt weather. So for today, we'll actually be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. That's why we're going to be in the mid to upper 60s. Plenty of sunshine and light winds. Now, we'll be a little bit warmer into Tuesday, but then temperatures cooling off again into Wednesday and Thursday, but then they could go back up as we head into the weekend. So I'll show you that temperature roller coaster coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. The effects of Hurricane Helene are still being felt in several states. That includes North Carolina, where at least 36 people are dead. Maribel Gonzalez reports.
Asheville, North Carolina, where roadways look like rivers.
It's pretty scary. You don't expect it. We weren't really prepared. I thought it was going to rain for a while, and that's about it.
Hard-hit Buncombe County, which includes the city of Asheville, more than 150 search and rescue operations were underway over the weekend.
Trees are down. We're clearing those as quick as we can. And a lot of the critical infrastructure that we become used to every day in normal times is now gone, and we have to work around it.
Governor Roy Cooper's major disaster declaration was approved by the Biden administration.
Many people are cut off because roads are impassable. They don't have power or communications.
And many residents and business owners are dealing with a lot of damage, including the Balm Salon in Asheville, where 5 feet of floodwater flowed inside.
I was able to save just a couple of things, but nothing really, like my shears for my stylists and a couple of other personal items, but basically everything is gone.
Help is on hand. Global Empowerment Mission was handing out water and goods on Sunday, but residents know it will be a while before things get back to normal.
It's undescribable. I don't know, it just was covered in litter and trees and mud, and it's stinky, and it was all the way up the street up here. It just looks like the bottom of a river.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
About 2.5 million people are still without power across 5 states, and downed trees, landslides, and communication issues persist. Helene is also the strongest hurricane on record to slam into Florida's Big Bend region. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the latest for the presidential candidates out on the campaign trail, and an important piece of history, a rare copy up for auction. Check the couch cushions for some spare change. You'll need at least $1 million. We'll be right back.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
When a loved one gets sick, it's usually women
who have to leave their jobs to care for them.
Now, I-2124 would take long-term care benefits away from millions of families,
forcing them onto private insurance that charges women 70% more than men,
and denies coverage for people with pre-existing conditions.
So vote no.
Because our loved ones can't afford to lose their long-term care benefits.
And neither can we.
SoCal Tower, it's some kind of insect.
That's bees! Oh, no!
That plane's coming right at us.
Mayday! Mayday!
Thursday, brace yourself. The riveting 911 3-part season premiere event continues.
Athena's on that flight, isn't she?
She's flying it.
Of course she is.
911, the 3-part season premiere event continues Thursday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Apple Valley News Now is home to great shows like Shark Tank, Jimmy Kimmel, and Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon on your side.
Harris, Walz, Trump, Vance. Now this Tuesday night, with just weeks to go until Election Day, the vice presidential candidates face each other and face off. Tim Walz, J.D. Vance, the vice presidential debate. The night starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, live with the ABC News event special, The Race for the White House, with David Muir and the ABC News Powerhouse political team. Tuesday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
That's what you said.
City Council crisis tonight after the Seahawks-Lions game. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Weimar. You're seeing all the city lights down below. It is chilly out there for this morning as we have temperatures in the 30s and 40s, 37 for the Tri-Cities, 38 for Sunnyside, 40 degrees for Yakima. So all of us need to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. A little bit later today, we're going to end up being about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. So pretty mild out there. Plenty of sunshine though, and we'll have some light winds. And then for tonight, overnight lows might be a smidge warmer compared to this morning, but yeah, not by much. We'll still have overnight lows in the 30s and 40s, keeping things clear, and the winds will continue to be pretty light. So today, again, 5 to 10 degrees below average. We'll actually be quite a bit warmer for Tuesday. We'll be a few degrees above average by then, a little bit cooler though in a Wednesday and Thursday, and then we start to feel seasonal again for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So overall, if you average all this out, it's going to be a pretty seasonal next 7 days. Also, it's going to be a pretty dry next 7 days. Now, we do have the storm system for late Tuesday into Wednesday, bringing some small shower chances up in the Cascades. And then for Friday and Saturday, also small shower chances also up in the Cascades. So again, seasonal and dry over the next 7 days. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Will be room temperature for today, near 80 for Tuesday, then cooler again by Wednesday. Staying dry and mostly sunny throughout this week. Then for Yakima, a mixture of 60s and 70s throughout the week with mostly clear skies. We'll be flirting with frosty conditions again on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Then for Ellensburg, breezes picking up for Tuesday and Wednesday as highs drop off again by Wednesday, keeping it dry and mostly sunny through the week. Then for Hermiston, comfortable highs today, a little bit warmer for Tuesday, but seasonal again by Wednesday. We'll be dry with lots of sunshine for this week. And then for Walla Walla, quite mild today with mid-60s. We'll bounce between the 60s and 70s this week. Plenty of sunshine and keeping it dry through the weekend.
Thank you, Josh. 36 days until the presidential election. Vice President Harris was courting Latino voters in Nevada last night, while former President Trump focused on crime, suggesting police could be given more power. ABC's Perry Rossum has the details.
Vice President Kamala Harris in Las Vegas last night touting her plan to support small businesses.
We've got to help entrepreneurs, startups out, and I will give a $50,000 tax deduction to help entrepreneurs start their small businesses.
Harris also pushing a proposal to lower housing prices, providing down payment assistance to first-time home buyers.
Right now, a serious housing shortage is part of what is driving up costs. So we will cut the red tape and work with the private sector to build 3 million new homes.
The Harris campaign raising $55 million over the weekend at fundraisers in California. Her opponent, former President Trump, attacking the Biden administration's border policy.
They're coming into our cities and our small towns here in Pennsylvania and all over the country.
Trump ramping up personal attacks on Harris.
Kamala is mentally impaired. If a Republican did what she did, that Republican would be impeached and removed from office.
While blaming the Biden administration for crime, Trump suggesting allowing police to be violent for one day to solve the problem.
Now, if you had one really violent day, one rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately.
The vice presidential candidates, Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz, gearing up for tomorrow night's VP debate. It's the only one scheduled. Walz preparing with the help of Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
Is the field prep going well?
Going great. The Walz team saying the goal is to let the governor be himself and focus on the future. A fellow Minnesota lawmaker, Republican Congressman Tom Emmer, is helping Vance get ready.
He'll hold him accountable. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
A rare copy of the United States Constitution is now on the auction block. It's a printed original from 1787, one of the first copies of the U.S. Constitution that Congress sent to the 13 colonies for ratification. This copy is only the 9th of its kind known to still exist. An appraiser discovered the historic document in a filing cabinet at the Hayes Plantation in Edenton, North Carolina. Brunk Auction says the copy being auctioned is folded and lightly strained, but in good condition. The opening bid is $1 million. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, will Beetlejuice stay at the top, or will a wild robot take over the box office? We've got your entertainment headlines up next. We'll be right back.
Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, try pumpkin archery, and get creative with pumpkin painting. New this year is laser tag and a U-Pick flower field. Make fall memories at Queensgate Garden in Richland.
A local city council meeting turns ugly.
You don't tell me you, Maria.
And the story didn't end there.
You win. That's what you said.
Reporter Emily Goodell digs deeper.
May I ask a question?
Watch Apple Valley News Now tonight after the Seahawks-Lions game.
Too busy being busy? Then it's about time you got lazy. Real lazy. And shop the brands that invented truly comfortable furniture. So kick your feet up. Because Lazy Boy is now at Furniture Row. Browse and drowse in our collection of stylish and customizable recliners and sofas and experience the durability and relaxation you've come to expect from Lazy Boy. Plus, unwind guilt-free with special no-interest financing. Here's to doing less in some well-deserved comfort with the Lazy Boy collection, now at Furniture Row.
Apple Valley News Now is home to top shows from ABC like Grey's Anatomy, 911, and Abbott Elementary. And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon on your side.
Harris, Walz, Trump, Vance. Now this Tuesday night, with just weeks to go until Election Day, the vice presidential candidates face each other and face off. Tim Walz, J.D. Vance, the vice presidential debate. The night starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, live with the ABC News event special, The Race for the White House, with David Muir and the ABC News Powerhouse political team. Tuesday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
Can you imagine what, our grandkids, if they got into our phone and looked at...
especially your phone, because your phone is riddled with selfies.
Next live, Liam Hemsworth and Felicity Huffman.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, try pumpkin archery, and get creative with pumpkin painting. New this year is laser tag and a U-Pick flower field. Make fall memories at Queensgate Garden in Richland.
Our Seattle Seahawks battle Detroit. Monday Night Football tonight at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. A new movie finally pushed Beetlejuice from the top of the box office chart.
Was it the epic science fiction fable or the animated adventure?
There we go. David Daniel has the weekend estimates.
She's pretty freaked out.
Speak No Evil fell to 5th place on ticket sales of $4.3 million. The Indian action drama Devara Part 1 opened in 4th place, taking in $5.6 million. Transformers 1 took 3rd place with a sophomore weekend worth $9.3 million.
If you say his name 3 times, he will appear. Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose.
After 3 weekends on top, Beetlejuice fell to 2nd, but made another $16 million for a domestic total of $250 million.
I am Rosm 7134. A Rosm always completes its task.
The Wild Robot, based on the children's book series, earned $35 million to debut #1. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, I have not seen any of those movies yet.
The Wild Robot?
The Wild Robot. I've not even heard of that one yet.
Me neither, but it's #1.
I do like a good robot cartoon movie. Loved Wall-E growing up, So maybe we'll check it out. But Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola's $120 million self-financed passion project, opened in 6th place with a disappointing $4 million.
Days of Our Lives actor Drake Hogestyn died on Saturday. Hogestyn was known for his role as John Black.
His family says he was thrown a curveball with his pancreatic cancer diagnosis, but, quote, faced the challenge with incredible strength. Hogestyn made his Days of Our Lives debut back in 1986. He was 70 years old. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, big changes are happening at the Tri-Cities Airport. Not only is there going to be a new daily flight, there's also more parking available. Details up next. Plus, if you're the victim of identity theft through a data breach, where do you begin to sort through the financial side? Consumer Report has the answers you'll need. That is next. We'll be right back with the next half hour right after this.
In today's Tech Bites, YouTube's copyright battle. YouTube has pulled songs from artists including Adele and Bob Dylan due to a licensing dispute with the music group. Some tracks are now blocked in the U.S., but YouTube says it is working to restore the music soon. Next, Google is upgrading its smart replies in Gmail with Gemini, the company's AI chatbot. The new feature offers more detailed and personalized responses based on the entire email thread. The feature will be available to premium and business users by October 15th and can be enabled in Gmail settings. Well, some car makers are bringing back actual knobs and buttons to newer models, including Volkswagen and BMW. Experts say safety concerns are leading to the switch because actual buttons are easier to push while keeping your eyes on the road. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Getting older is part of the journey, even with worsening heart failure. So when I had carpal tunnel syndrome, lower back pain, and shortness of breath, I thought that's what getting older felt like. Thank goodness I called my cardiologist. I have ATTR-CM, a rare but serious disease, and getting diagnosed early made a difference. If you have any of these warning signs, don't wait. Ask your cardiologist about ATTR-CM today.
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
Finish Ultimate, engineered for the toughest conditions. Dry, burnt-on stains, old dishwashers, very hard water. Finish Ultimate with CycleSync technology helps deliver the ultimate clean.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald in for Jessica this morning.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, weekend. It was maybe a little cooler yesterday. How was your weekend?
It was good. I got a dog. Yeah, there it is. I admit it. I got a dog this weekend.
Incredible. Increasing the family.
Yes, I already have a cat. Now I have a dog. Her name is Maisie. She's a beautiful black sheepadoodle. She's a little nervous right now. Big changes in her life, but I'm very happy to have her be a part of my home.
Big change in the life. What about the change in the weather?
The weather's not really changing a lot over the next 7 days. It is pretty stagnant stuff. We'll go ahead and take a live look outside at Yakima once again. This view coming courtesy of Bimart. All the city lights down below, and it is definitely chilly out there for this morning. We have temperatures in the 30s and 40s. We're at 40 right now in Yakima, 37 for the Tri-Cities, and 40 degrees in Walla Walla. So all of us need to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. A little bit later in the day, at the peak of daytime heating, it's going to feel like room temperature out there. We'll have highs in the middle to upper 60s in the Tri-Cities. It's going to feel even better than that if you're standing in the direct sunshine. So for today, pretty much all of us are going to end up in the mid to upper 60s. That'll place us at about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Pretty light winds, but I'll have a zone by zone look or a zone by zone tour of today's forecast. I'll show you winds, high temperatures, sky coverage, so all that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. September is National Suicide Prevention Month. Cadlick, along with the Benton Franklin Health District and Youth Access and Resource Program, hosted a firearm lockbox giveaway. According to Courtney Armstrong with Cadlick, firearms are used in more than half of suicides in the nation and growing, which is why Armstrong says holding events such as this one is important.
The purpose of the event is to promote safe storage of firearms as a means to prevent suicide. And we will be also providing some safe storage education and suicide prevention materials.
The event was free and open to the public over the weekend. We'll get more information on when the next event is and keep you updated on that. The SEIU and Cadlick continue their negotiations for caregivers in service and tech roles at Cadlick. The union has not accepted Cadlick's offer on pay raises and other negotiations. Cadlick says it offered an immediate wage increase, averaging 15.98%. The hospital says it is hopeful an agreement will come soon. Governor Inslee has issued an emergency proclamation for an overpass in Walla Walla County. The Deputy Michael Estes overpass on SR 124 was damaged on September 1st after it was hit by a truck with a load that was over the posted height. Washington's Department of Transportation is urgently recommending the bridge be fixed immediately. The overpass needs a girder replacement, and the estimated cost is over $3.3 million. Governor Inslee's emergency proclamation will activate the state's emergency management plan, which directs state agencies to use state resources to assist. Seems like there's always news of another data breach, like the recent one at a huge data broker that could potentially affect tens of millions of people. Whether you've been a victim or want to proactively protect your personal information, Consumer Report explains what you can do now before hackers strike.
Like many of us, Consumer Report's tech editor Nicholas DeLeon knows how it feels to be the victim of a data breach. His advice?
Don't panic.
My social security number was stolen in that big Equifax hack, and I was eventually able to sort everything out.
One important step Nicholas took, freezing his credit at the big 3 credit agencies, a move CR generally recommends since it can help prevent criminals from opening new accounts in your name.
The thing is, anytime you need credit, say you're going to rent an apartment or you're going to buy a new phone, you'll need to unfreeze your credit to do so. You can do all of this by simply calling the credit agency and asking them to freeze and unfreeze your credit as needed.
A less restrictive option, contacting the credit agencies to put a fraud alert on your credit. This alerts lenders to take extra steps to verify someone's identity because their personal information may have been compromised. It's also a good idea to keep an eye on your free weekly credit reports, credit score, and credit card statements.
And if you ever notice any weird or unauthorized charges on your credit card statement, you should immediately contact the issuer.
Finally, if you're a victim of a data breach, be sure to change your password not only on your hacked account, but also anywhere else you've used it. And a pro tip, instead of reusing passwords in the future, consider using a password manager. They generate and store unique, complex passwords for each of your accounts. Many will also alert users if their password was leaked in a data breach, including CR recommended password managers from 1Password, Dashlane, and Keeper. This is Marcy Whalen.
Consumer Reports also suggests getting rid of any online accounts you no longer use, since having too many digital accounts increases the risk of your data being misused or stolen. Yakima is now home to the state of Washington's second dental school, but it's the first dental school in the nation to offer the intensive kind of training that serves rural and other underserved communities. The big event was celebrated Saturday at the Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences. The Delta Dental Equity Hall is set to take on 36 students in the fall of 2025. The school's goal is to improve access to dental care statewide. It's a joint project by PNWU and Delta Dental of Washington. Delta Dental committed $12 million in funding to make the innovative school possible. The school includes a simulation workspace and a lab that can be used for training following 1 year of on-campus training. 3 years of immersive training will follow at one of the health centers in Yakima, Kennewick, and Tacoma. Big changes at the Tri-Cities Airport are coming up starting October 1st. Tomorrow, there will be a daily flight to Los Angeles. The airport has also added 500 new parking spots, so it shouldn't be an issue with additional flights. The director of PSC says that mornings are going to be the busiest time at the airport and has this advice for travelers even now before the holiday season.
The one thing that it is very important for everyone to know that's traveling out now is make sure you get to the airport very early, 90 minutes to 2 hours, specifically in that morning flight. Because starting October 1, we're going to have 9 flights leaving between 5 and 7.
There are also new food options for travelers at the airport, as well as another TSA checkpoint line. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we take a look at the life and legacy of Chris Christopherson. The things you thought you knew and never knew about the actor, singer, and songwriter. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth has your forecast. We'll be right back.
That's what you said. City Council crisis tonight after the Seahawks-Lions game.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro. The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. Spread the word.
Apple Intelligence is personal, private, and oh so powerful, you dig?
And the all-new camera control will blow you away!
U.S. Cellular has the amazing new iPhone. Also, Doug ate all the office cake.
Show me the tape.
See the tape tonight at 10!
Right now at U.S. Cellular, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Sometimes, life is a funny way of turning sideways. Like when your kid decides they're a professional stylist the morning of picture day.
Here we go.
Or when your to-do list isn't quite done.
You went to Rite Aid, right?
Or when you're sure you packed everything you need, but you actually need one more thing.
We forgot our prescriptions.
We
got you.
Are we happy?
We are happy.
Found everything you need?
Yep. Yeah, life never really goes the way you plan, but that's why we're here. It means more at Rite Aid.
The annual graduated sale is going on now at Woods Nursery and Garden Center in Richland. This end of summer sales event will save you money. 10 to 40% off plants, roses, buy one, get one free. Fall planting is the best time to save at Woods Nursery, serving Eastern Washington for over 50 years. Spruce up your yard with great plants at unbelievable prices. Load up on fall colors now through October 12th. Woods Nursery, serving the Tri-Cities since 1965. Off the bypass on Van Giesen in Richland.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. Get 5 gallons of Super S Agra Plus hydraulic fluid for $29.99. Save $15 on a 20-pound bag of Halo Elevate dog food. Save $20 on a Coleman 4-person Sky Dome tent. Plus, all regular price Dickies pants are 20% off. Save for fall store-wide with our latest mailer at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest, homegrown, honest values.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
This morning, Luke Bryan is here at GMA, hanging with us live.
We cannot wait.
And then, Luke's gonna perform live too.
Are you ready for that?
It's Luke this morning, only on
Good Morning America.
Hawks Lions on ABC. What's my inspiration? The Pride of Motown, taking on DK and the new Legion of... Have I been talking to myself the whole time? Decaf. Maybe switch to decaf.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be one of the coolest days we've had in quite some time. We're going to be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. We'll be in the 60s in Kittitas County, mid to upper 60s in the Kittitas Valley. Plenty of sunshine for today. And then for the Yakima Valley, we're going to have temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. So feeling like room temperature at the peak of daytime heating. It's going to feel a little bit warmer than that, obviously, if you're standing in the sunshine. And in the Tri-Cities, I'm thinking that will also be room temperature, 68. I'm having a hard time believing that any of us in the Tri-Cities or any of us in the basin, that is, will reach 70 degrees. And it's likely going to be the same thing in the foothills and in the Blue Mountains, although in the automated sensor there is saying that we can maybe make it up to 74 in Meacham a little bit later today. So we'll see about that. Okay, today is significant for kind of an interesting reason. We talk about the water year or the rainfall year, and that comes to an end for today. It goes from October 1st to September 30th. So October 1st of 2023 to September 30th, or in other words, today. So today is the end of the water year. And let's take a look at our rainfall deficit and surplus. This also takes into account melted snowfall. And man, it was tough out there this year, except for Hermiston. We did do a little bit better there. Overall, we did a little bit better in the basin, but real tough stuff for the foothills and real tough stuff for the valleys. Okay, I'll show you if we have any rainfall in the forecast to kick off the new water year in a better way, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. A Star is Born helped birth the superstardom of actor, songwriter, and singer Kris Kristofferson. A family spokeswoman says the Hollywood and country music legend passed away peacefully at his home in Hawaii over the weekend, surrounded by his family at the age of 88. But for nearly a century, Kristofferson gave us so many memories in film and music, with songs treasured by music's greatest stars. Here's ABC's Danny New.
A star is gone today. But his music lives on forever. Kris Kristofferson, legendary singer, songwriter, and actor, has died at the age of 88. Folks may have first gotten to know his songs after they were initially recorded by other artists, like Janis Joplin and her signature #1 hit, Me and Bobby McGee.
Well, I woke up Sunday morning.
Or Johnny Cash's #1 hit on the country chart, Sunday Morning Coming Down. At his 2004 induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame, Kristofferson credited Cash and his wife, June Carter Cash, for helping him get his start in the music industry.
I want to thank John and June for endorsing me back when nobody knew me.
But before writing those songs and eventually becoming a star for singing his songs,
loving her was easier.
Kristofferson lived many lives. He was a boxer, a Rhodes Scholar who studied in Oxford, and a helicopter pilot for the Army. But he would ultimately turn down a gig to teach English at West Point so he could pursue music in Nashville. It was there he met Johnny Cash.
Gonna make it. Don't look down.
But in 1976, what catapulted Kristofferson to wide-scale fame was when he starred alongside Barbra Streisand in the third production of A Star is Born. He would win a Golden Globe for the role.
And when the yards broke off, they said that I got killed.
However, despite his continuously successful movie career, he would always come back to his music. He scored a #1 hit with the country supergroup The Highwaymen in the mid-'80s, alongside longtime friends Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, and Waylon Jennings. In 2015, he told the Las Vegas Review-Journal, "That's what I am, is a songwriter."
Kristofferson is also well known for starring alongside Wesley Snipes in the Blade trilogy. He played his mentor, Abraham Whistler. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. The morning sprint is next, and Josh will be back with your forecast. Don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
Listen up. You've got 4 days and 4 days only to save like never before during the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. You'll also find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, dining tables and chairs, bedrooms, mattresses, and much, much more. Plus, 48 months, no interest. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Hit by a big truck? It could be from bad air hoses in the brake system. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, and at my law firm, we have a special team that knows how trucks work and what goes wrong. We know how to prove it was a truck's fault. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the experience and knowledge it takes to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck? Our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
SoCal Tower, it's some kind of insect. That's a beast. Oh, no!
That plane's coming right at us.
Mayday! Mayday!
Thursday, brace yourself. The riveting 911 3-part season premiere event continues.
Athena's on that flight, isn't she?
She's flying it.
Of course she is.
Hold on! 911, the 3-part season premiere event continues Thursday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Harris, Walz, Trump, Vance. Now this Tuesday night, with just weeks to go until Election Day, the vice presidential candidates face each other and face off. Tim Walz, J.D. Vance, the vice presidential debate. The night starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, live with the ABC News event special, The Race for the White House, with David Muir and the ABC News Powerhouse political team. Tuesday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
Welcome to the unpredictable, the unforgettable. Welcome to the 2024 NFL season.
Jason, seriously?
Our Seattle Seahawks battle Detroit on Monday Night Football tonight starting at 5, followed by a special Apple Valley News Now primetime.
You tell lies, you gamble, and yet you never seem to pay a price for any of it.
When you're cute like me, rules are just a little different.
He's the funniest young genius around.
People talk about me behind my back, but it's about how smart I am.
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05 on Apple Valley News Now.
Apple Valley News Now tonight after the Seahawks-Lions game. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at a dark Columbia River. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. A little bit later today, that will be a very sunny look. Right now, temperatures are quite cold out there. They're in the 30s and 40s, 37 in the Tri-Cities, 37 for Sunnyside, 40 for Yakima, 40 for Walla Walla. So all of us need to bundle up as you're walking out the front door. Now, a little bit later today, I think at the peak of daytime heating, it's going to be t-shirt weather, especially in the sunshine, but we'll be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Pretty light winds overall. And then for tonight, maybe just a smidge warmer compared to this morning, but not by much, as we'll still have lows in the 30s and 40s. Clear skies and winds will continue to be pretty light. Okay, we'll be a little bit warmer into Tuesday. In fact, a good deal warmer. Will actually be above average by a few degrees. Then subseasonal stuff again for Wednesday and Thursday, and then more seasonal stuff in a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So in general, this is going to be a pretty seasonal into September and beginning of October. And we do have these little shower chances up in the Cascades for late Tuesday into early on Wednesday, then again for Friday and Saturday, but that would just be up in the Cascades. The rest of the viewing area is going to be dry for this next week. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We'll have room temperature highs for today, near 80 for Tuesday, then cooler again by Wednesday, staying dry and mostly sunny throughout the week. For Yakima, we'll have a mixture of 60s and 70s throughout the week with mostly clear skies. And we'll be flirting with frosty conditions again on Wednesday night. For Ellensburg, breezes picking up for Tuesday and Wednesday as highs drop off again by Wednesday, keeping it dry and mostly sunny through the week. Then for Hermiston, comfortable highs today, a little bit warmer for Tuesday, but seasonal again by Wednesday, dry and lots of sunshine for this week. Then for Walla Walla, quite mild today with mid-60s, then we'll bounce between the 60s and 70s this week. Plenty of sunshine and keeping it dry through the weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
First up here, the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. A Pasco man is facing charges after Kennewick police say he was found passed out in a stolen vehicle with drugs and a machete. 31-year-old Eduardo Munoz has been arrested on suspicion of DUI, drug possession, obstruction, resisting arrest, and possession of a stolen vehicle. Authorities called to a gas station on Columbia Drive say they found Munoz unresponsive in a car near the gas pumps. Officers say Munoz tried to fight them, but he was eventually taken into custody. In the car, auto theft tools, drugs, and a machete hidden near the driver's seat. The car stolen out of Kennewick, according to officers. The Yakima Police Department is investigating after 2 people were shot and killed over the weekend. Authorities say a 47-year-old woman and a 43-year-old man were shot in the area of Prospect Way and North 66th Avenue. The man died at the scene. The woman died a few hours later at a hospital in Seattle. Investigators say the shooting appears to be related to a domestic violence situation, and their identities have not yet been released. Kennetas County Solid Waste will be breaking ground on the new Lower County Transfer Station. That's happening today at 11:30 at 2603 Green Avenue in Ellensburg on the east side of US 97, south of Old Highway 10. It'll be a 39-acre site with a 26,000 square foot transfer building. There will also be a composting operation, a moderate risk waste facility, and a recycling depot. The project is expected to be completed by January 2026. The Kennewick Chapter DAR is hosting a check presentation to the Mid-Columbia Libraries today. The DAR is a nonprofit volunteer women's service organization. Members can trace their bloodline lineage back to an ancestor who fought or aided in the fight for independence during the Revolutionary War. $500 is going to the Mid-Columbia Library System for books for 3rd through 6th graders to reflect America's fight for independence. This event is happening this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. at the Keewaydin Park Mid-Columbia Library branch. And a travel alert starting today. A section of Road 68 in Pasco will be closed throughout the week. There will be a temporary gravel road just east of 3 Rivers Drive. This temporary road is being made specifically for this construction project. There will be signs posted for drivers, and the temporary road should help with delays, but you should plan for longer travel times during this week. In your national headlines this morning, at least 93 people are dead after Hurricane Helene tore through the southeastern United States over the weekend. 36 people died in North Carolina, one of the hardest hit states. The state is now dealing with catastrophic flooding. The governor calling it one of the worst storms in modern history. Several communities left devastated, hundreds of people with nothing left to go home to. There's no running power, water, or cell reception. The owner of the Carolina Panthers NFL team and his wife made a $3 million commitment to Hurricane Helene relief efforts. David and Nicole Tepper said the funds will help support immediate and long-term humanitarian aid and recovery efforts through the Carolinas. The money will assist food banks and pantries, community foundations, and other service agencies. Meanwhile, the owners of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have pledged to donate $1 million to help Floridians impacted by the storm. In your health headlines this morning, new research is shedding light on child sexual assault and its connection to social media. The new study shows about 7% of children ages 10 to 18 who were treated for sexual assault at a California hospital between 2018 and 2023 met their attacker through social media. The lead researcher says social media platforms can present a false sense of security and so-called friendship. Researchers say the threat from social media changes the way parents need to protect their kids. Cases of whooping cough are surging in the U.S., 5 times higher than they were at the same point last year, according to preliminary data from the CDC. The CDC says early symptoms can mimic a common cold. 1 to 2 weeks after those start, there can be rapid, violent, and uncontrolled coughing fits, and it can last up to 10 weeks. The CDC says the best way to stay healthy is to get vaccinated. Could the next Miss Universe be an 80-year-old woman from South Korea? Her fans are doing everything they can to make that happen.
Yeah, Choi Soon-hwa is the oldest contestant to reach the finals of Miss Universe Korea. She used to be a full-time medical caregiver, and it was one of her patients who told her she should be a model. Oh. Choi and 31 others are competing at the Miss Universe pageant in Mexico.
Awesome. This is the first year the pageant has dropped age limits. Choi's message to the world is you have to do what you want to do, what you gave up to raise your kids. Awesome message.
Fans of the late singer Prince will soon be able to pay homage to his masterpiece, Purple Rain, from Prince's hometown.
Up to 4 Airbnb guests will be able to stay at the newly restored Purple Rain house in Minneapolis. This comes in celebration of the film's 40th anniversary starring the late singer. Airbnb says the house will be available for 25 total one-night stays from October 26th to December 14th.
Fans will be able to see exclusive pieces and memorabilia. They'll also be able to hear unreleased tracks from the late singer's personal collection. Guests can begin making requests online starting October 2nd through October 6th. Each stay at Purple Rain will be $7 per person, which is a nod to Prince's favorite number.
$7, just very crazy. That's an awesome price.
Yeah, it's only about $100 less than any other Airbnb.
True. Comedian Conan O'Brien is in New Zealand attempting to break the record for the world's largest haka.
And it's a done deal. O'Brien, along with thousands of New Zealanders, have taken that world record. The previous record for people performing a haka was 4,028, held by France in 2014.
About 6,500 people participated in New Zealand last night. The official number is still being tallied. O'Brien says he was moved by the incredible amount of people, saying to be unified is such a beautiful thing.
And I was going to ask what a haka is, but here it is, right here. A haka is a traditional dance that includes vigorous movements, stamping the feet, and shouting in rhythm.
All right, that's a big group of people and awesome to bring them all together.
Makes me hyped for something. I want to be like at a soccer match or a football game or something.
There you go, there you go.
Yeah.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6 o'clock, how one Coug fan is partnering to raise money for WSU sports with coffee. Plus, Josh, what do you have for us in the next hour?
And we're still tracking a couple different fires in the region. Also, some very chilly temperatures for this morning. We'll show you just how cold coming up at 6.